And then it was a question of what I would do after graduation. Well, then as now, the route to a successful career meant getting an advanced degree. And so I, as was the custom in those days, and probably still is now, wrote to all the Big Ten schools and a few others applying for graduate teaching assistantship. And somewhat to my disappointment, having graduated first in a big class at Ohio State and the requisite honors, and never having gotten anything but an A in chemistry, I thought I would be a good candidate for a graduate student teaching assistantship. But I didn't get a single offer. And it was clear to me immediately that the anti-Semitic feeling among university professors and the chemical profession as a whole, including the corporations that hire people, was such that they would not encourage anybody who was Jewish to go on in graduate work. And so there I was, kind of stuck for graduate education and not having any prospects of continuing in school because of lack of financial support. Well, I went in and talked to the head of the chemistry department because I at Ohio State, because I had applied at Ohio State and had equal lack of success at Ohio State, where I thought they knew me and might respond favorably. But I was told outright that chemistry departments were not encouraging Jewish students to continue their graduate work because, as my department head said, it's in your own best interest, since you wouldn't be able to find a job even if you got your graduate degree. Well, I said that ought to be my problem and not his. But he said that if I wanted to continue in graduate school, he would try to arrange a scholarship for me, which didn't involve any contact with students. That way I wouldn't contaminate students. I would be able to continue with my studies. I agreed to that, and I got what was called the Ohio State University Scholarship. That's Ohio State University Scholar, which was actually a more prestigious position than the teaching assistants. Well, that enabled me to continue my studies. And then the question came, who should I want to work with? Well, I had done an undergraduate problem with G. Bryant Bachman, who was at Ohio State then. He was an professor of organic chemistry. And in the undergraduate laboratory, where I apparently worked fairly rapidly and successfully, I was singled out for helping in his research laboratory. And I thought if I would continue graduate work, I might consider working with him. But that year, he decided to leave academe, and he left Ohio State University to go to Eastman Kodak Company. And eventually, he ended up at Purdue University and finished his teaching career at Purdue. But that left me without a prospective research advisor. And so when the fall came around, I learned that a new professor of chemistry, or instructor, I think actually at that time, was coming to Ohio State to take Bachman's place. Now, the organic faculty there at the time, I had had most of the people who were on the faculty for coursework, undergraduate, and I frankly didn't